My dears, my friends on NTV and Spark TV, mbaniriza nyo muli mutya mwasuze mutya je muli oh my goodness mbaniriza nyo ku program eno ennungi lunaku lwakutaano twagamba tutya mbajjukize celebrities, personalities, abantu abalisewo ebyenjawulo abakoze ebyenjawulo abantu ensi beyeegomba betunya nega abo I want to be like that person. What's that person's story? Ebyo byafunye fame, money, everything. How have they achieved it? Nange nsobola kikola oba nedda. Tuli mumaka ga Kansiime, Africa's queen of comedy, guys. We are here. Banenge twatuuse ekyabadde wali ku gate. My goodness, waliwo tiimu ereeta akatunda, waliwo tiimu ereeta fruit salad, waliwo tiimu ereeta abamassaging ne bakunyiganyiga ebinywa. We had a long journey. But anyway, we are happy to be here. And at hostinze wano. Amakama lungi nnyo bugenda okubanga twogerako ne Africa's queen of comedy ono nno mukyala alondeddwa oba nawangulako n'eziawadzi eziwera mu nsi ez'enjawulo Malaysia, Africa, Uganda, Nigeria, USA, njogere ki menye ki weewa abantu abasinga mubadde mulaba ebintu nga biyitingana ku social media mu mawulire nga mugamba what's up with Anne? Oh my God, where is Anne? How is she? Okay, here she is, and she's going to tell you all about her life and whatever is there to talk about. Paka sawa tano, ni Anne Kansiime, tuli wano mu makage, tugenda kuba tunyumyamu, batunywa kachai, batunywa mbibi lollipops, bi marshmallows. Badiza nyo, mwebale, paka sawa tano, katugende, tukomeo, mwasuze mutya. Of the universe are speaking positivity when you reach Anne's place. Botuka wano. Stop it. Botuka wano makaga Anne. Walai waliwo amanyi agenjawulo omanyi these Chinese the way they do it nebakuma obuntu tu like to just like purify the place. Aura, yes, aura. Oh, okay, you are demure.
Magita aura.
Okay, there's an aura happening around here. I'm telling you. Nayenga and gwetogerako. Yes, she's a mom, number one. That's my favorite part. And of course, she's Africa's greatest comedian of all time. I don't know about you, but then of course, she's a businesswoman, she's an entrepreneur, she has done so many things, and we're going to just find out what it is Anne is about. How did she get it? And whatever you've been seeing in social media and the news or TV, radio, day from the neighbor. Hey, what is Anne's truth? We are here to talk, okay? Go on social media, take a comment, WhatsApp number 0781-277701. If you want to chat, if you want to ask Anne anything, if you want to appreciate, because we are going to take you around, my dear friends, and you will not believe that. Anne, welcome to the show, my darling.
Panange mwasuze mti.
Panange
abalaba NTV balamusiza nnyo fabakiga wansi tetutuukawo.
Nkulaba anti yo ayina
tusuggestinga tusireke nyimbo okufukamira nene tukoma makati ne tukolaga tukimanyi. Nate nze ndi mumpi sagala.
Olinga pejula mbombo genza otuseewoko.
Panange balamusiza nnyo, I'm so happy. Nsanyuse nnyo baniriza wano mu maka gange. I feel like anabagirinya. Ngenda kusota oluganda banna. Njavaawo wano nga ntambula ng'omuganda.
You didn't swear about your dear. That is not the way. Okay. Abekabare, mparo.
Azana baramusya mulijehi muliyeje. Abakabare, abafo potrom baramukize, abambarara mulire muta. Iwe manyango erizo turatekwa kuchengana. Like she was saying, mubuze bibuzo byona bimurenda kubuza, there's no hearsay here. Erizo batine kitaragambe. Tugenda byogera byonna nera mbesunze.
Amina. Anyula bikabulungi.
Stop it.
Oh, I continue.
Don't do it.
I know, you look amazing.
I am fine. I'm fine. I'm blessed. And I am highly favored.
Of course. That is, by the way, Ugandans, you better learn these things. When they ask you, how are you? I'm fine, even if you're not okay, but I'm blessed, I'm favored.
Highly favored.
Oh,
honestly.
That's amazing.
The energy you're feeling when you come into my home,
yeah.
it's a good spirit, it's good vibration. So I am just so glad that you chose today, such a beautiful day,
I know.
Very good weather,
I'm telling
to come and be with me here.
I know, I know. There is some energy, the positive energy going on around here. I don't know how you do it. Inspiration, yali behind all this, like you guys, tulinga bali eyo ku oba wa Miami Beach eyo somewhere Los Angeles. Like okay, chikigenda maso wano.
Mubutufu waka waino kubeera walungi nze nga bwendaba because mu town nze ngenda yo kukola. Ogenda mu town kuba kubonaabona. So oba oyagala bobozeeke waka wabenga walungi nnyo ng'oyagala obeereyo naye ate si walungi just ku maaso but energy gy'osanga ewaka awaka woyita awaka wabenga wali watya ate nkolera nnyo waka skits ezisinga nzikolera waka wano wonna olaba nkyusakyusamuko kati tusobola okukola music videos nzikolera wano tufulumyamuko ebintu ekisiika kiri kya white so that obengo osobola okuyiyayiya osobola n'okukwata backdrop
noteekawo
then nkimanyi nga next year nja kuba njagala eno wolebere ya yellow nga nintamye okulaba white so nagireka ng'eri canvas it's just our creative space wano bwe tubeera nga tukola creative meetings studio tu recordingira eri bwe tuba tulina ebyokurecording
okay waliwo nalabyeko ku studio
so nasalawo ndeete creative space ewaka eri meeting movement because when nafuuka mama nga waliwo things must change oba tokimanyi but olina creating akembeere accommodating the fact that katoli mama w'omuntu ntaate olina ogenda oyiye so n'okuyiiya okendezaamuko so mbeera wano nnyo so wateekwa okulabika obulungi others oba wantamye
of course waliwo basically like everything everything there is like kati ate bino ebya art ongambye okola ne jewelry babyekolera
nezino zenyambadde
bannange nsaba
kati ziwaya zino
nsaba Nelly abeeko kazoom kateekawo just like look at that, isn't that beautiful? Okay, yakola jewelry and yekulira it's pretty much gwe yekulira ebintu by'oteekamu
ezo dream catchers zolaba ebiwuziwuzi buli kimu obeerawo waka you decide that you're not going to be bored
baziyita bati ezo z'ogambye
they are dream catchers
why dream biroto gwabikwata
nedda kati awo ogenda kola research otegeere dream catcher kitegeeza nante but it's good art it gives the place vibe and also ebyo nabikola so that we blocking bwe mba shooting sifuna reflection y'amagirasi so tuchiitinga nnyo tubishiftinga
okay kale wonno tuwaddeko copy yambo here and there tulabe ebifaananyi ebyenjawulo oh dear nange bikyaliwo webiri oyo tata wa Serasi tasobola butabaawo wano tasobola mba nimbyemuko mba nimbye ekyo kifaananyi kyansanyusa twakikuba kwawo nga twakeera baawo ng'omwaka gumu awo nga ndaba nina bebi gwenyina okuraisinga nga mwagala nnyo nga mwita kantu kange nga ndaba kantu nga sina kyesitakola nsiba enviiri njagala munaazenja nemala nefuna omwana owange okukyusa pampa kati alina okubeera omusajja nga takyali kantu kati tata Serasi tata Sela ataho buryo
his name is Atahobudyo Serasi. Atahobudyo to mean he puts away.
What?
He always puts away. He always puts as in if you're around Selassie, they will always be away. They will always be Atahobudyo. He will always put away enkola teka ke enkola. Then Selassie kitegeeza God the Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit because zenalisirabangako miracle. Eyantuukako mu bulamu bwange ng'omwana owange because nabonabona nnyo omufuna nnyo ng'okitaddemu sente okitaddemu esaala okitaddemu obudde n'okiteekamu ebyokwegatta nga tebinyuma because onoonya mwana bwekitegeera twatuukako nekifrustratingako ne taata Serasi nagamba naye nakutumyeko omwana kiki nemugamba gwe tochiriko naye atenze nchiriko because I'm turning 40 next year. Nali nchetaddemu mu 2035 tensanga nga sinafuna mwana. So as I approached 35, nga ndaba okay chichino.
Yeah.
I did a few nakolako IVF courses nga bidi na spending a sente atobo budde mama yali muradde.
Oh dear.
So na spending a sente nyingi nnyo nemala nenchita nengambo manyi mukama. Bagamba gwawa abaana kale katulabe ngobulala nalaba nti amuwazi.
Obwongo no relax no gamba you know what
kijja nera bweba waliwo ninje yewaka tebinyuma comments zino tezinyuma tewali kigambo omuntu kyasobola okugamba ng'onoonya omwana nekikuwumuliza wabula nga si mwana but kyengenda okugamba kiri nti gwe nga gwe woli wotudde ekyo kyoyagala oyo mwana gwoyagala ennyo tosobola mwefunira gwe nga gwe Katonda yawa abaana toyina gwe kyogenda okukola ogenda mira eddagala ogenda apart from the normal act of course because now you help yourself so that the police helps you. So apart from the normal act and just praying and leaving it all to God because nagezako buli kimu kyonna bwe nabita bwe nti nengambo manyi it's never that serious kankoleko ku bintu ebira
no chivako
yes satwe now
that's the important
sanga ngafunye olubuto
you let things be.
So
I had moment when you found out like
I know my son is a complete blessing and a representative of God in my life. Because there's belief that you deserve so many things. I had convinced myself maybe that's the one thing I don't deserve. I think wow. Greatness jotusekolowooza nti Katonda asobola okuwa ebyo byonna omwana gwawo omulalu ku street yagenda omulema so it Selassie is a blessing actually as far as I'm concerned he's my biggest achievement. Wow. Being a mom nze bwemba nkedde and I'm healthy and I can drive my son to school nemala nengenda nemukimolo olunaku nerugwa mba nkoze kyamaanyi nnyo.
Yes.
And I hardly think I can function when my son is not okay. And God has blessed him with health.
Yes. Oh wow. Right now, I don't know. Tutandikide movie Motherhood and everything, and I think to get them where your direction and everything. How has it been for you being a mom? Like Anne is a mom.
I think olusitomanya nti okuze n'okukula nga tonafuuka mama. Because Renazala, actually, that's when somehow my relationship with the father of my son kind of shifted. Because Renazala nenda banga panange because Nazala myezi 2-3 nga amaze okuzaala mama nafa yali mulwadde for like a whole year. Yali musa actually nzijukira bwe nagamba mama nti ndi lubuto yali mu ddwaliro ne mugamba I'm pregnant nkonfirm nti mpise mu first trimester because I lost so many pregnancies. I got so many miscarriages. Naye roza zavaawa nga ndi ku campus najamuko ku mbuto. So kachimbera ku mutwe nti God gave you no you got rid of it and now He's teaching you that what you did is like just know I guilted myself into so many. Naye kirungi kiri nti Katonda si bwatyo bwakola munna amanyi okusonyiwa ate nabyerabira ate na moving on ate nakussa emikisa. So nze bwe mba nakifuna teweenenya nti banange maybe siri worthy I wasn't worthy and I got a child. So nagamba mama nagamba yiyi kati sikyawumudde because yali sick nnyo. She was having dialysis about 3 times a week.
Oh my goodness.
So nemugamba ndi lubuto nagamba lwa myezi mmeka aga Katonda. I think my mom held on to life so that she sees my son. Atoroza yamulaba because ndoza nazalira jukira nini nekweka. So nazalira wano of course nga tutali mbyokweka. Actually nazala nemala omwezi nendyoka nembagamba mmwe nti nazadde.
Social media bipanka okumanya nti what.
How did you do that? Nakola show. Nakola ko show nga revealing olubuto. Kate eyo show yansanga nzala. Je mwalaba ne mulowooza nina olubuto. Ne batandika kugamba ana ina olubuto nga baby mukute mu ngalo. Enga nazala dda.
Wakikola bwotyo?
Nakikola bwentyo olwa peace. Nga saagala nze ng'omuntu mbeere ku tension ku bintu by'okuzaala ate nammwe ninjas muteke museye ebyamwe wala ebigambo by'omwogere ebisobola okumenya omuntu.
Yeah, right.
I really didn't want anyone to have an opinion about that blessing.
Yes.
So nakiplanninga bwentyo netukolayo kalive awo netuyimba ne tata Serasi chichichi kalive kuwe kali awo ku YouTube. Netuyimbako obuyimba obulungi.
And that
netuzaala omwana. Mama reafa nenrealizinga nti kati really nze mama ndi mama omwana kati nange gwembadde ngende nenga kozi nakubiranga mami nemga mami I'm going to the airport wali genda nga bwemba ngambye mami sidamu nakusaba ko eyo trip mba nkimanyi ngenda kuba abantu nyimirire ku stage abantu baseke nga manyi nti ngambye secretary wa Katonda actually nali muyitale ngamba mama wange secretary wa Katonda because baba tatadde Sara with you bayinza obutaziwulira. So secretary wange nafa nemala nengamba okay kati bya kubeera fit because kati nze insurance yono omuntu gwekoze eki gwendese then nemuba mu shift mu relationship yange ne tata we kuba kati ngandaba kyenetaaga kati ku budde buno muntu anyamba tulabirira ono.
Yes. I know. Kati wano okusinzira engeri gye bakuzamu, of course you talk about Secretary wa Katonda, like your mom was dear to you. Engeri mama gye yakuzamu n'ebintu bye yakuteekamu ebibala, I mean the values and everything. Biina engeri gy'obiteekateekanya okuraisinga atako?
What I will feel?
Connection?
I will feel because my mother was a magician. She was a stay-home mom who also had a business, and we were 6. And she kept on bringing in cousins. We grew up with, we have so many siblings by default, people you grew up with. Like
not by blood? Did you
not
just,
by blood.
Okay.
So, ebintu byemanyi nti nafuna ku ensigo mami ze yampa zemanyi nti okusiga mu Serasi.
Yes.
Ze ensigo z'okwagala banange njagala mama yayagalanga nnyo mikwa oyo akaaba bamuyita Black. Mbwa yawa newaka enyize mbutufu nga bamaze okuyingira abantu ba NTV ebuuziza okukuba ebifaananyi nante atyembwa. So we mujiwulira ng'ekaaba tebagituga busungu bwe bugitta naye tugenda kwogera nayo nga tumaze ka interview.
Eyagala kujja wano ebere part
of us. Amaanyi mangi ejja kuba bulungi, so don't mind it. Simanyi mbadde ku Black.
Yes. Mwakuza abaana bangi nga babaleeta mami.
Twakula tuli bangi. So ekintu kyenjagala okusiga mu mwana owange kwe kwaniriza abantu, being very welcoming. Omwana wange nandyagadde nera amanyira abantu. If he was here you'd be shocked. Amanyi talina kuyita mu maaso ga camera. Amanyi bwe tugamba silence because twa shooting a whole reality show. Nga tuli wano. So zi kamera yaziraba dda bakulu bano bonna abeera ku kamera ina anko amanyi respect eyo sigenda yo bali mu kukola. So I think it's not anything specific. I allow my son to watch me live, and I am hoping that when he watches me, he learns something and aspires.
Yes,
and he always does. The other day he was trying to go to Shisha Nyama at night with me to sing. Yambuziza mama yambala, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to sing. He's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to sing. He's like, hey. Akubuza like 30 minutes awala botandisa okwetegeka. Then wobona atero fuluma agambe mama manyi, I also want to go and sing. Nti at night. So there were specific lessons. I am making sure I give him the best life that I can afford. Naye mwana mulungi nnyo. Omwana ino omulimu. Serasa akola abamu omusaala pama. Kusomera genda yokukola ye ambassador wa Jiri International Preschool. So imagine Anna sasula fees. Oyo mwana oyo yesomesa kati oyo bona mufolutinga ki bannange waliwo okulindo bwaba akoma we wakaba ava kukola neera akoma onangamba ya mu back nani ya mu back and you have to say welcome back.
How did they choose him to be ambassador? Like such a big thing.
It came actually he was an ambassador of Pampers.
Yes.
Those are things that I had to prepare when I was pregnant. When I was hiding, I did some meetings with Mukwano group of companies.
Yes.
So when we gave birth to him, in fact, the day he was born, we then became the influencers and ambassadors of Mukwano and its household products.
Wow.
So Netufuka family unit, and we started, we endorsed Mukwano for about a year. That was his first job. Then when he was 2 years, he became the Pampers ambassador. Those are things we pitched. Of course, I wrote to them and told them, I have something that's coming that you'd want to be a part of. Like the Mukwano group one, I had to go and have a meeting with them when I was about 7 months. So that I tell them, this is what I was talking about, and I don't want the public to know about it, and we can work when the baby arrives. I need you to know that's taking a risk, because of that, just now I was operating on faith.
Yeah.
Okukiriza kwokka sera simwana mugaga nyu sina kye mugamba nino kumekinga shwa waka wali kiri
omugamba yo kompola yo kwa emitwalo 10 njagikubiza
nazibabada munsabire tulina okwetegeka juzi nakolako ka video nga tugamba we listen but we don't judge.
Yes.
Twali tulioke paka lwe namugambe sente zisatera kunteresa nzigulamu ebintu omwana clip naji endingira onagamba migosanga kati ntidde wakulira genda kungama nze chema accountability mpase picha kunyumya.
Yeah, but then wava out of, because waliwo abantu abagamba nti sijja genda ku audition sijja genda kola kino bajja kujja jende, but then the importance of going out there, putting yourself out there, nogamba let me take my chances, I'm a star, I'm a what
nante auditions nazikola naye kati sobola kola audition.
By then you reached out to people, nogamba by the way I have this on the table, what
proposal. Yes.
And you know,
yes, you know, you have to, sometimes people see you and they would like to use you and work with you, but they have no guidance on what you're capable of. Also, what the public sees is not entirely what you are. So sometimes you need to put yourself down on a document as an artist and help whoever it is that wants to work with you understand the values that they do not see yet. So that's what I was doing. I just did prior proposals.
Yes.
And then I think Jill International, I think they were just fans. For them, they saw Ale and booked Ale and said, that child is going to come to our school.
What?
Yes. I'm just totally blessed. I refuse to take that for granted.
Yes, I know. Okay. Tugenda kumulamu katononye, but we would like to know how. Kale tugenda kumulamu katono nnyo naye bwe tukomawo tulabe okuzibwa childhood. How was it, guys? We are excited to we are excited to hear about it. Kale katumulemu katono nnyo tukomawo. Okay, mukulikeyo mukuwumulamu. Don't know whether the messages are coming in, but it's okay. On 0781277701. Mwasuze mutya program tuline Kansiime, guys.
Soyi wolunaku. Yo, omanyi mbera n'obugambo bwange obw'Oluganda nga waliwo embutaddawo ku back pocket. So luno lw'olunaku gw'endugendo
bagamba kitegeeza ki omusoyisoyi w'olunaku?
I think like the panelist of the day.
Omusoyisoyi.
Soyi.
Ate mu Lukiga kiba kite?
Omujanyi wetu w'erizooba ndagira.
Nga kiwanvu olinga ayogedde gundi.
Anti olunaku ow'erizooba. And also, somehow Lukiga, my friend, we have a whole village of words. I don't know why. Akantu katono omuganda kagamba nti nedda ssebo. Omukiga leja tindende. So it's not soft. It's not really soft. It's just we eat sweet potatoes. We can't just be there with average energy like all of
sweet potatoes.
And we climb hills and mountains. And tumbweza for ziraba.
Is it still one of your favorite food, Rumonde?
I hate rumonde because of growing up eating it. I hate green. Green pepper smells like poverty. As in, like, if you give me food and there's like some green pepper mumereyo, mbamba nye omwe temulioke mbuza how. Chichi. Mama ngatukula yali farmer. yalimako green pepper nga eri mu season bana mama yatulisa green pepper in all forms kumpi akole green pepper juice so kati nzijukiro
yabusa mwali anga busala
green pepper as if cabbage mu bijanjalo ne tulya green pepper mu cabbage ne tulya green bana nge twali ya green siriera bi nema nengamba when I grow up nobody will ever see me eating green pepper nera green pepper nzijukizo
bogenda omubi mu restaurant okulimire obujamu no
byokola no nebo jiteeka mu neba ngewunya mu mmere bampulira emmere eno y'abantu because in my head as a child the smell of green pepper was yantuuka wano so lumonde yantama namulya nnyo green pepper yantama naye ettooke osobola okunfumbira ettooke n'oteekamu omunnyo nga tekuli na supu nendowooza onfumbidde my best meal is matooke shabwe na n'ebijanjaalo.
You like beans? Ate mulimu ebika bweru bwa green buchika.
Nestaria beans. Haro ekihimba kya kahura.
Cheti bwecho.
If you don't know it, but you have understood because memora manya kahura.
Bibemba bya oh dear. Okay. Na yawo mukula awo Ann. Mami Ann chiche chigenda masa of course baletanga bana banji from Liver and kubeera abanji waka was it an advantage somehow?
It was because nekati chimberera ize okubeera n'abantu abenjawulo because twakula that even bwe twali waka twamanyanga limitations twamanyanga omugenyi tumuyisa bwe tuti ono bwe baba savinze kazini waffe eyafiridwa tata we ne mama wazo okusula naffe yakimako emmere first bwe baba savinze ne batuyita okulya as in I grew up understanding consideration of the next person next to me because of the guests that my mother used to have at home. And then she was a church goer. She was called Mishana. My goodness, just to know. She raised us in a way that we were so aware of the community we were in. I was such a stubborn child. Very. Narini nakajanja atenga bwonkuba nkolaga nti
tebinumye.
What do you mean? You mean you are beating me again today? All right, I would actually bounce on the
I can imagine that.
Impossible child. Ekyo nkikubulirirawo. Naye kyemanyi. Mama wange singa yali mu budde buno bwa kato bwa social media yandibadde celeb. Mukazi oli yali asesa. Life ye ngeri special, ngeri unique.
Yali special yandi.
Mami ngata losing ngako argument oba nga ine ekintu kyayagala okugamba yalina opinion eyiye gyayina okyakogera byeyogera naye ajja kuba alinayo twistiye ng'amanye engeri at the end of the conversation wakutwistingidde nakuleeta ku side ye mama yali
memories ezojjukira
waliwo the funniest thing I ever saw mama was always late like all mothers very late organizing herself to go to church. Daddy yali tagenda ku church wabula yavuganga mami namutwala ku church
kati nakomawe waka
I remember there's this one time mama yakeera cause yali akoye dadde omugamba nti alwawo mama nakeera neyetegeka kati nga yali ku mulyango agamba mami agamba daddy osiba ogamba mbeera leti naye kati ku lunaku lwa leero nze ndi redde toli redde daddy nakyuka namutunuulira nalo yambala bushoti bwene buvesti natuula mu motoka ne bavuga bwe batuuka ku church daddy ne yetooloola mu parking lot ya church navuga nga ddawa wakanga ta dropping ze mami mama chichi kino ati ngeno oniko washaramu waenda ngo abantu bandeebe bati barebe ngo tinija kushaba ati oli kundabya meanwhile mommy had dressed up and was in slippers.
Oh, that's why he had to take her back.
Because jamana mja tojuire nkitu. Mommy had an argument for that. It is because of you ni walanjabiriza. Torancheza bulikashesh. And I'm like, you can't still claim to win that argument.
I know you will not do it.
My mom was right for as long as the words were coming out of her mouth. So even the character don't mess with Kansiime, really. I don't think there was any other character I could have done.
Yes,
same as
that one.
This comedy grill that I am having in May. Same thing. It's been a very long time. I last did a show about 9 years ago, I think, Imperial Royale. I am Kansiime. So nzo okukola eno ate nenjiyita comedy grill. Mpulira njagala mpeereza abantu olukusa olunrostinga. Nange kati njagala ndabe what it looks like nzo okuluzinga argument.
Yeah,
so,
okay, because
don't mess olunaku lwe bagenda okumesinga ne Kansiime.
Because all the other days we don't mess with her.
Yes, you
don't win an argument with her.
So olugenda kuba olunaku, you know, roast comedy, the definition of it is insult comedy, where the person that is being roasted, everything good or bad about them is used for the pleasure of the audience. So what it is actually going to be, nonya panelists, abantu bemanyi nti bayina bye bagala okunga. Waliwo n'aba pitching and like Salvador. Salvador come and say, "Eyo show bemba sikuvumye ani show batewedde because nze nina ebintu byange. Bye nandyagadde okugamba. Bye sasobola kugamba on an ordinary day. Come 9th May. Zikiriza nzijawo ku pano mbeereko bye nkugamba."
Naye okulaba nti ojjayo ekintu nga the comedy grill. We bagenda okurostinga. Njagala omuna Uganda akitegeere. Bagenda kubanga bakola kite nyine gogenda kubaawa, ogenda kuba behind the curtain.
Never. Kati kyenkoze nfunya abantu nga 10 Actually the chief roaster agenda osingayo okunrostinga bye tutasuubira. Ye Dr. waffe Miriam Matembe.
Tochikola.
Mama wange. Naye agenda kubaawo ku pano. Kyotakiriza kiringi kweyo pano ngambye Salvador. Kweyo pano ne taata Serasa agenda kubaawo. Anti mwandya waliwo ebintu byemanyi byakadde okungamba. Ngatasobola biga.
Ndoza yabiwandiise n'abitegeka. That is surprise. Ogambe taata Serasa agenda.
Yes, because it's going to be people from different walks of life. GNL Zamba is going to be roasting me, but I will also. Now, what's happening is they will all come and roast me and tell me whatever it is they want to tell me about me or whoever it is in the room. Then I will have the final word. I will also hold my microphone and tell them why I agreed to have them on my panel because I have some truth to tell them.
Like all of them.
It's going to be a beautiful. In fact, that's what I keep saying. Eno show kisoka si abaana. 18 and below tojja. Ekirala bw'obanga teweekakasa. Ng'owulira waliwo ebintu kye tusobola okwogerako n'osituka n'olwana nga kasuku nga bw'alwana. Bw'omanyi nti tojja oba bw'ojja tuulera wano mu maaso wano waliwo abantu bemmanyi bannange mpulira waliwo benjagala n'okusasula bajje batuuleko because byengenda obbakola. So, you're sure.
Njagala kumanya execution plan because all comedy roasts endabye in the US and whatever. Nainga bagendera ku beat. It's like
so usually most of the stand-up shows that happen in developed countries, chikirize chigan. Kevin Hart ugakola stand-up set ya 1.5 hours. Aina prompt. Aina cut screen nga kano kemukozesa mu mawulire. Akamulaga nti kati okuva wano genda kabine Trevor Noah tebabijja mu tebira mutwe. Now most of the disorganization that comes with some of the comedy shows and what we've put is that failure to plan. Ekisooka sikikola nzeka nina team sikolanga nzeka. I have a team of writers that are writing all of those things that you're going to see. It's going to be scripted, but it will appear like it's not. So it's professional. We have prompters. We don't intend to put anyone on tenterhooks because we have given them a platform to perform. Saga na Navzi, Oje, tugenda ku rehearsing. We are already rehearsing. We've had about 9 creative meetings. So we finished organizing the flow of the show.
It's gonna
so
be
right now we are going to meeting the performers tutule tukugambe this is what we want, unless you inaya kapyagwe koyagala oku but fe twakulabye ne tulabanga eno content yegenda okola ki okukolera. So I'm actually writing for everyone. We're having a team that is writing for everyone, that has Omara Daniel, of course. Timothy Nyanzi is the one heading the writing team.
Timothy
I have Donna.
Come on.
Timothy Nyanzi, a master of it. By the way, banange Timothy. Obwetaaga oyo mwana nga tuyigiriza comedy.
Are you serious?
Timothy Nyanzi is the only one I know who has a true school that graduates stand-up comedians. It's not a school that kids get up and go to school, but there's a platform. He's created so many open mic platforms. Aina nenda katije good deo na yo ya. Actually, he has the first comedy club here. Omanyi, a place where you go and there's comedy every day of the week and it's different themes and stuff. Maribu Stock or something. You should check it out. So Timothy Nyanzi is on it. Napoleon is on it.
Napoleon
Hillary.
Okay.
Hillary Okello, who has a show today actually. Mugende ku National Theatre mulabe Hillary banange. Agenda tusesa leero. Then omulala aliwo yani. So I've talked about Omara, Don Andre. So I have a very brilliant team that is sitting down to make all of you look good.
Yes.
Whoever it is that will be on the panel. The panel will be made of about 12. Maybe, of course, Madrata and Chico bagenda bao. They'll be seated in the same chair, one chair. Auntie, they are together.
I know.
So yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't know how you.
Yes.
No gamati.
First time.
I don't know. And exploring other unknown, like because
I think
literally taking advantage of.
I've been known for exploring the unknown. Like I've done a first of many, and this is going to be also one of them. There will be, and this is not the first roast. We're going to be doing it annually. We are doing it in Nairobi as well, because Nairobi is the hub of all roasts. Their stand-up comedy game is on a different level. Different level. I think they even do roasts and they don't know they do them.
Like it's that deep.
It's going to be an annual show.
Kati mpidaka bayimbenga General Zamba. General Zamba, like, you know, rap and all that.
General Zamba is a comedian. You haven't met him as a human being. He is a hilarious human being. Ezo lyrics zateka he writes his music. So yoruga flow jain nebintu byandyagadde okwogera nera nzijukira yagamba mbu he had said he wanted an opportunity to be able to do comedy. But when I told him you're going to come and roast me, nagamba ntochitegere. Oh, are you sure? Nagamba, you come and roast me as if I have nothing to say about you.
So, okay, abantu bano obalonda walina ebintu byosinziirako because buli omu yandyagadde okubeera part of, but I mean there is just room for a few. Why those particular people?
It's even Gaetano Kagwa is going to be on the cast. These are people who would understand the concept of a roast, who would not take offense. There are people who I know would be good for this roast, but their feelings would never be the same when they are done. So for starters, because I'm doing it for the first time, I need to work with people with thick skin, people that are going to teach the rest of Uganda and East Africa at large what this really is, so that when we are doing it again, then we have actually more people willing to be put on.
They've seen how it goes, and then now it's more of like okay. And then also tickets. Simanyi kati bigenda kwa baba mchachi kola ko.
Tickets mtwalo 10. Ticket ya mtwalo. Nsabye entono. Nanti agambye nsabye entono. Ticket ya mtwalo 10. Emeza ya milioni 3. Waliwe ya milioni 5. Eze meza za njawulo. Kisinzire engeri joyagala okufiiringa mu eyo show. Gwamanya kicho gendo sasula. Tickets ziri online. Talent Africa has I think I'll just have to share a link. Tickets are online.
Neka toina fans from all over the world. What simanyi nakumanya abantu bandyagadde to fly in.
I know, literally, and for there are those who are actually flying in.
Yeah, I think
there are those who are flying in. But it's a show that I'm making sure that I have control of, like most of the things I do, control of the contents of the show. That way I can, they will get to watch it. I will definitely put it on my YouTube channel and they'll access it.
Okay. Ne Anne, okubeera nga olina show bweti where they're roasting you. Nga ogenda kuddayiika onywa chai okole emirimu gye otwale serase ku ssomero as if nothing has happened. That is different.
What do you mean?
Like nze kati simanyi nyiza okufuna mu feeling after the show nengamba. But for you over the years, I don't know.
Over the years, munvumye munjogedeko ebigambo mumpayiriza, but I have survived those things. Banzitako emirundi ngena ntera okufaafamuko awo bagamba ani yafiiridde Australia kati nti yagenze Germany nafi. There's been news that I've died, so they've said bad things about me. So the only thing that can happen now is pay me while you're saying those bad things, so it can't hurt me. That's going to be a show where it's okay. Yogera byo yogera. kasito sasude kuvu obachitegera.
Yes.
So I will sleep. That day I will sleep so well because at least I will have something to show for the insults I've received. Do you get it?
Yes, I do.
And
get
also,
it.
what is that? I feel like I've reached, like I said, I'm 40 next year. I feel like I'm at a point where, what is that you can say about me that can break me or that I haven't said about myself?
Oh, yeah? Right. 40 next year.
To be same.
I know.
I cannot imagine that kuliko ekintu omuntu kyasobola okungamba nti ndi mubbi. Mba nakubba nenga sikyali mubbi.
Yes.
As in, simanyi, I don't know. Tewali. I don't think there's anything that he can say about me. I am the one being roasted, not my child.
Yeah.
Not my parent, not...
So what do you tell you? What do you walk boundaries? It's...
Oh, please, with some respect. We have to put some respect on it.
Yeah.
Some respect on it.
Of respect.
And also, it's insult comedy, yes, but you can insult someone's achievements, and that becomes hilarious because they're achievements anyway. You insulting them does not stop them from being achievements.
Yeah, of course. I get it.
So I am ready.
Before the comedy grill, the comedy roast grill, all those social media, all those things you used to hear, did they used to affect you in a certain way?
E.g. because bingi nnyo.
E.g.
kiriwo ekyo ky'obuuza ekyo kati.
Okay, one of those byewalaba kuno gamba kati nga bakubika or something ne ugamba kati bambise. I mean that's a bad thing. Kati waliwo n'ebirala maybe ebyaliwo naye nga ugamba
actually waliwo bwe bambika. There's a time they said I died. Ne kituuka ku church e Butobere nga mama aina meeting ebya fellowship meeting chichichi mama natuka ku church nasanga nga abantu bamukungubaga bamugamba bambesore nagamba chichi nagamba batugambye bambi muwalawo. Now that was the worst. I think that was my mother's worst day. Nabamugamba muwalawo bambesore nagamba muwalawo ngabadde ki anti bagambye tomanyi manage tamanyi nakuma like it becomes
be sorry tomanyi
ne balera ne story nnyo tomanyi chotegeza mwala we yafiride bwe tomanyi yo.
Yeah,
it was a lot of trauma. And sometimes actually when you do things to a public figure, the effect is really rarely to that
on
public
the person
figure, because that person is ready for it. For instance, someone like Bobby Wine is ready for anything thrown at him. I think his weakness comes when things are now thrown to the children, to abantu be, baita abantu be. So usually nze bwe banjogerako kiyinza obutanuma nnyo kati bwe bwogera kisobola oluma taata serasi nga tekinanuma because nze mbiruddemu ebyokuwaayirizibwa.
And kati wano kino ekijja kigenda kuleetawo a different wave. No, I'm saying that the show on 9th May.
A different wave, a different perspective to the things we go around assuming and concocting.
Stand-up comedy wano mu Uganda and ogenda ku show ku Monday olaba abantu nga basesa abantu ba comedians ogenda ku Thursday ogenda ku Tuesday ogenda wherever throughout the week, but then you hear the same jokes. No lida tega bintu byebimu 2016 najidamu kati najidamu ne mutu. So it is repetition and then also ne bekopa jokes. So chichi kaspice chike sobola okwongeramu ko just to okubeera nga tuli bit grown like tukule naffe mu comedy. Stand-up comedy
industry nange yemu jendi air stand-up, but it is intentional that I do not take any job I am offered, because you need to create a certain level of obwagazi mu bantu babakwagala. People will come and watch me at the Sheraton on 9th because they know I don't do this a lot, and I have taken this very long time to prepare for them something very beautiful and worth their 100K. Do you get it?
Yeah, I do.
When I gave birth, I decided to cut back on appearances and performances. It costs you money. There are people who financially they can't afford to turn down work. I have been blessed differently, and in the beginning when I was making a lot of money, nakozesaga magezi genyini mama geyampa, and I built this when I was doing those 8 days
magezi chago gamba mami agamba ki
ago creating awaka funa awaka woli because I remember when I got my first very big gig with DSTV I built my mother a house. Then when I was done building my mother a house, I built my own house. But when I was building my house in Zijukira, isn't that the time I really had so many issues with a joke? Because ideally, omukazi okola otya okuzimba ennyumba no gamba sa let's do this. Tuchikole jangu tuyingire mu nyumba okitegeera yange okitegeera. But I needed to build that house then. I couldn't wait for my husband then to become a man about things, yet the season we were in was of my plenty, not his plenty. And the kind of partnership I was thinking was, bwaba zina zibazafe, lwaki zange sizafe. Okitegeera, bwaba zina zikola, azimbe ennyumba ne tujisulamu n'ebeera eyaffe. Lwaki nze bwe mba nzina ne nzimba ennyumba, tosobola gisulamu n'ebeera eyaffe. But you get it? So, today, kibuzo ky'obuziza of comedy Monday to Friday, but it's same content, same. I don't know how to help that, but how I helped it is by not being everywhere.
Okay. And
making sure that if I come to your show, where if you watch me hosting, say, an MTN event, and you watch me at a wedding, content has got to be different. Also, in a month, I can only take 2 gigs in Uganda.
You're going to be in Uganda?
In Uganda, 2.
Okay.
So that sibera oversaturated. Then also that makes you charge a little bit more than the market value. Because getting you is not easy. It's not every time that you access me and ask me and tell me about your gig, I'm available for it. And it's not every time that I say I'm not available, I'm actually not available. It means, mwogo omwezi, sina chipya chengendo kuwa bwenzija kushoyo. So bwemba manyinti, si nze na creative team yange tetusobola okuwandikira kapisa kapya kakwa ka anniversary yo. So that bwe wagenda ku anniversary ya James nompo omulimu omaro mpo omulimu mu family yo nzije ku delivering the jokes zezi because that's what happens. So also limiting your appearances allows you to have exclusive jokes for specific places. So I think me the advice I really give comedians because tetuli batono. Pace yourself. Pace yourself. It's hard to tell a comedian who's looking for money, for rent, to pace themselves. But that's the advice I'm giving you. Do you want to be that comedian that cracks similar jokes that boy imirira ku stage? People are like, akazem.
Right.
Don't be that comedian. Also, write. People do not understand that comedy is not... I don't think there's any fool out there, a person nga talina magezi ali mu comedy. Because go kumanya okusesa omuntu oyina okuyimirira ku stage okozesa psychology okozesa psychology y'okumanya nti oyo bwe mupikinga ono oyo agenda ayomba nga oyo engeri engeri gyatuddemu leero si wakukwa. Then waliwo gwolaba nga nenseka gyasekamu yandiyagadde ogambe hi you get so those are things you need to then you need to read, then you need to write. Kati mbeera ntya nga nina team etuula newandiika mbeera ntya nga nina team etuula newandiika nga njisasula tukola bye tukoze ate notansasula eziwera okusasula tiimu yange oba onsasula differently from the person who you will call and be like nyingirawo I will give you my 5 minutes but nina okutuuza tiimu so nina okiweereza obudde so sobola kubeera buli wamu
awono webale nnyo Anne naye bwoliwo watandikira ng'otandise stand up comedy and everything payment oba ensasula yali a bit satisfying ngogamba abansasudde zino kati njakola newa nibakwitira nezino nogenda ne kati payment kati maybe ba comedians bagamba mwana tukola katono so I'm going to say yes to every gig nsobola okuweza awaka sente.
Which is true because
kasoke tumulemu Anne wedo smuludde bannange kasoke tumulemu katono nnyo tunywe kachai tukomao.
University.
Okay. Ani ayogeza Ani nini yabuze bibuzo jango okoleshoneri come here and do that. Anyway, welcome back from that short break. Wetuwumulidde twali tubuuzizza ba comedians ensasula eri esobola okumuwa that discipline n'agamba nti eyo sijja gikola gig eyo sijja kugane yeekomako oba it is unavoidable.
Mu butuufu sente ze bajja mu mwezo comedy shows z'olaba especially comedians teziwera, so you can also understand why balina ogenda ku Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because wewa ku show jako emitwalo 10 ojako 2. But also it goes back to maybe if they stopped going everywhere, then they could get that big buck in doing one big thing. Simanyi oba that is oba kitegeera mu kifo ky'ogenda ku show Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
But also, most of those shows are learning shows. It's from those weekly shows that you get the law and you start trusting. Because there's trying jokes. How do you try jokes without an audience? You can't. Comedy is not like music where you hear someone singing in the bathroom and you're like, by the way, I'm a musician. Recording. No. Someone could be funny and hilarious at home, but we to come masoga abantu, they are not funny.
Yeah.
So, sente zote zimara. But abana balina still okukola obwo gigs so that bafune mastering manye nti kajoke kano bwenka deliveringa nkatuse wano. So kirabika gwe ogenda mu rehearsal jokes rehearsal shows z'abantu totaka nogamba ba repeating jokes nenga yalimo basoke bagende ku bigger shows.
Yes.
But sente tebuwera nele sente za stand up comedy mu Uganda teziri mu nyonze zange nazikola awe. When they would invite you, then you'd make a real buck. But at home, half the time it's just you're exposing yourself, and it's like you're taking your jokes on a test run. Yeah.
Yes. In Uganda, Gambia, for shows bidi
like two.
Like okay, maximum.
Nembaga katinzitia.
Embaga katinzitia.
Nzitia, cause ogenda nga waliwo omugole. Waliwo n'abagenyi abakulu n'otuuka n'ofuuka omugenyi omukulu. That's not okay. Nze sandyagadde ku mbaga eyange omuntu omulala ajja afuuka omugenyi omukulu. Waliwo ezizo mu kyalo.
But otuufuuka omugenyi omukulu
nkugambye oyingirawo and nothing else matters. Buli omu they want a selfie. Ate kati mwana az kamera zajja oyingidde omaze okukola as you are getting out olinga afumye n'ekidaala kyonna bonna bakugoberera. It's such an uncomfortable. I find that very very uncomfortable. So even ne wedding je mbanjagala agenda kwao mbajanga ngende ku wedding nabo nga beerabawo.
Right.
So that we nyimirira nenjogera ko 10 minutes kigwe ntule nga waliwo minister. So kati waliwo wedding je basobola okumpita ne sente ne bazinoonya ne ngamba nedda. Tekijja kusoboka because usually I ask omugole wawa. Most of the weddings are where there's a foreigner marrying one of us. So they come saying, now kumbaga wita tulebye Kansiime. What is that? What
is the wedding without Kansiime?
My relatives will be so happy to come to Uganda, taking a wife and see Kansiime.
Yes, right. Okay. Kati zozoina away from Uganda, across borders, zozo gira nyamu nazo oba nazo waliyo kozo Ghana.
Kati saagala shows eziva mu ba promoter abapya. Abakole chebakola nga tebakikolangako waliwo ba promoter bofuna. So usually when someone asks me twandyagadde tukuyito jere soso otsesa abantu mubuuzo oyo omuntu kino kyoyagala tukole waliyo kikozeeko. Have you hosted comedians? Osobola okumpa enamba zaabwe? Because I have people who've called me to host me and I'll call Salvador because they've hosted him. I'm like, Salvador, waliwo no guy Zambia bamuyita Michael ayagala ngende naye angamba yakolako naawe kiri kitya oba nkubira kompamire ate no sanga nti nabo bankubira cause be baba kubira bagamba who have you worked with.
So it's important.
It's important for information. It's important for you obutabeera obutalaunchinga ekintu omuntu kyatalishwa nkinakwatayo ovewo wano genda ofiire mu country endala anti fe when you're not funny on stage oba ofudde. Kati ovewo wano genda ofiira walala.
How about something that adds to you?
There are gigs I've gone for that are not for paying.
It adds something.
Yes. Now, like there's this interview I did. I hosted at a university
in US, right?
In US, in Massachusetts. It was Wesley something. I remember one of the guests of honor was that female president Salif. There were so many important people on that event. I wondered why I was called.
Yes.
And then they gave me a whole hour to speak. I'm like, guys, what's that you want me to speak about? Like, church.
The whole hour, yes.
Now, I had to go just for the people with whom I was rubbing shoulders. Just knowing that I'm going to be in the same room and on the same panel with presidents.
Wow.
So there are some things where Bakuita, like when MasterCard calls me for things. Recently, I work a lot with Afrexim Bank, and it's everywhere. Yeah. So ezo gigs ezo obozagala nnyo because of the people you find yourself with in a room. So yes, waliwo gigs zonompita nzije nzigire ne bwerere nze ng'amanyi kiki kye njagala.
I know.
What you get?
Yes, I do. Okay.
But it never used to be the case, really. Like before COVID, I was doing everything. I'm telling you, motherhood is that which has paced me into deciding and saying, okay, no gendayo, no sigendayo. Also, tukulane to slowing it down. So you need to just be pacing. Sort of scaling
Okay, an upcoming comedian will get a call from somewhere. Niba mugamba jangu ogenda kujja Zimbabwe, Zambia, I don't know, wherever, Kenya, Nairobi, jangu ogenda performing and there. Banange nga siri nga kunyonyi sikola ngachi I am a comedian in Uganda. You've invited me to another country. I am going to jump right to that opportunity without asking questions. Nga chimanyi wena kubira ani ayizo gamba ntogenda katinga. That's trust of calling another person to
ask and inquire. Problem is, Boba, if you're upcoming, like you have said, an upcoming comedian needs that much exposure. Exposure. Because katinga exposure iliku katugambika comedy store. There are comedians that go there for exposure.
Yeah.
Why? It's that platform where in that comedy store for 5 minutes and you survive. Then maybe you can try and do a show. So you get. And his Alex Mohanjdan, who runs that franchise, is also a comedian. So our platform zobe. Now, Ogambia traveling, it makes a lot of sense for you to say, I have made people in Uganda laugh and the people in Zambia laugh, and as an upcoming comedian. So there are some gigs you're going to have to do just so, again, you get yourself in a room with specific people. So when you're upcoming, you have to do everything. You have to eat all the frogs so that you know which one is juice.
That's a nice way to put it. Okay. Female comedians. I remember there is a time, guys, I told you.
By the one, comedian.
By the way, the camera is also on.
Because we don't have gorgeous comedians like this. We don't have vicious people stepping on stage. We are actually used to my basajja banna usanga backstage naga musajja munna na kubuzako, because I think the three main female comedians I know are Agnes Akite.
Yes.
Kotilda Inapo, the founder of Queens of Comedy.
Yes.
Because she's the one who founded it and actually told me, Anne, it wasn't my idea.
Oh, big up to you, Kotilda Inapo.
It was Kotilda Inapo, still the baddest in the game, because I still believe
she was.
No, I still believe she was the best creative director I had.
I used to see her on credits.
Yes. She used to be the one writing. Most of all those skits that really made me who I was, she was heading the team that was writing.
That's some creative head.
And right now, she's doing some really, really amazing things. Now, those are people who you don't need to know about them and hear she's very private. Her life is very private. That's why temwina gossip jemwogerako chovola bamulowoza taliwo naye jali. Then Akite also recently had her show on Women's Day. She has a show she does every Women's Day. So female comedy, simanyi why we are few though. Atumanyi tutwali banji.
Queens of Comedy.
Everybody that got a boyfriend or a man, I think they told them, you thought that. Imagine omusajja akugamba nti je yakusanze toddayo.
But it wasn't like that for me.
What happened? Tell us. Nante, tell the audience what happened. Why did you quit comedy?
I mean, there were other things. There was radio, there was film. Kati nengamba nende mapita kone mu radio. I went into radio hosting, then nengenda kone mu TV. Kati nemmere eyo nenda banga.
Do you think? Sorry, at katika
no, it's fine.
Katoloza nti. What is it about stand-up comedy that made you step back? why was it easier for you to step back from stand-up comedy, not film, not radio presenting? What is that? Wagamba, you can
ate nga nayagala yo nnyo nakulaba and you guys, we used to write batuyigirizanga and Kotilda. I remember there was Leila Kachapizo. Yes, you see. So our show used to be at Centenary Park.
Yes.
And yeah, somewhere there. So we used to be like so many like abayagala upcoming, you know, and it one this and everything. So we used to be given a platform nga tugenda ku stage ne performinga. Panenga ndungaze. Funa yoko laugh B. Bajita bati first class.
It's okay.
But now, like the fright never went. The stage fright nganda bayadala abantu atembatya.
Nayo you know batya. Nchatya abantu.
Like
ntya abantu. Every time I'm going on stage, nebemba kantu katono. Like recently when we were doing those, they were appointing us tourism ambassadors, and I needed to speak for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes.
Nakula okufana bulungi nnyo.
Gwoba nga ndi bulungi. Naye oba owuliranga sikupama sisusu just owulira munda tori like, and that is me whenever I am going on stage. My goodness, then ebyo stand up mbana terofa pressure olona kusiria nsiba kutoyi sina kyenfuluma na just njagala ntule kutoyi mbera one. And because we write content, you just need to go through it so much, and it's important for you again. Many twakuraminganga nnyo musomero ndowooza nze ebintu bya history ebyokusoma history ne points za economics ezo zezanji
omwalinga mu notes
kuraminga awo gutekako ne alphabet mbera ku stage nga nsobola okulaba en envisioning a page yange sobola jerabira mpozi. That's just having to mix ebyo byo plannings ebyo wandise ne spontaneity. Kiki kyolabye oyinza okukola joke omuntu nayitawo ngebbina lyasunda olaba nti just ayiseewo olyogereko katobo inoku nibo ino olyogerako omale. Sometimes I've been forgotten where I was. I'm like tubaddewa ngowebbina tanayitawo then katawo to them.
Yes.
So get amabaganda faba chiga tuyongera nzokuba wanonga ndi
okikubyoone ng'abannange mukatumwana
the behind kati nze nkiyite ntya bannange
ekyo omuntu numuna atusonyiwa
waliwo abantu bebayita bina baby kata otolaba nti ate nga they work online on TV public tubalaba nga lyeryo erinnya basobola okyogerako kati
ate alinga ayiseewo
bwayita
where were we here?
I
know, you can see. You guys, are you ready for the roast comedy roast grill?
I was like, hi ho, abaharaba saidi zambarara.
Hey.
Abobo, ngwe mifarisone yo kwanika. And you, ate waliwo, ababa walabo muchibuga. Abo twesirikira tetujja kwogera
obawaddeko kasampo oluyimba olwafulu luli lwetegekera comedy grill
byendi mukola towards the grill nabiri aligned towards that. The music that Tata Selassie released, the music I released with Shine, the music I'm releasing, most of the things that are happening from now till 9th May are just road to 9th May
towards that particular show. Okay, nze nagenda mu bya radio munange bwe ndali nsobola edobozi nga nditina. And then in film and so I was like, yeah, this is
film, it. I loved you.
But then I missed the comedy. I missed it because there's a way we were too quiet and Mugamba, you guys, you can be like me. You can make it. But thank you for that.
You can come.
It helps a lot, by the way, in my acting as well. You taught us how to speak. When you get a tuna masugaba to what very confident or very but you taught us how to write.
So video.
Yeah. So, you see? And we're the top card and we're the top 3 comedian in
we're the top 1 because you were good.
Thank you. I was?
You were.
The teacher no marking.
Okay, so beautiful girls tend to think that comedy is not their thing.
Yeah.
Those days in Zichukirango, you were so vicious. Gawakava. Wabula, twakuona webale tulekera comedy sigala mu ebyo byoli mukola
kale kimuli kirinya ku stage kigende. Come on.
In fact I think all your content was actually about that. Like we made sure.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, guys. Anyway, but I think every upcoming comedian needs a support system. Buli amukwatirako ko ne bayita mu comedy wo biki toveeri wakano gama kati ngenda ku stage. Mundoza muina engeri gye mukiitamu, right? I mean, bayina engeri gye bakiitamu, right?
Like oyina comedian akola ki?
Oyina
Like
support system.
No, okay, me, I have a creative team.
Creative team, a creative team, yes.
And everyone needs, you might not have a team, you might not afford to have a team to sit, but that's the purpose of the shows I've told you, like the ones at Maribu Stock, the comedy clubs that are being created. Ogenda yo, no sanga bano, nabonga betegekera zi shows. Like, go and be with others as you prepare for your show.
Okay. Wayine ekyo ky'oyogedde ani nengamba oba akayisizaawo buyisa
nkaliwa
akantu koogaya buno Tata Selassie is gonna be on the panel as if nkawulidde nengamba well
it's true.
Bannayugandans
bagenda kumwenjoyinga bagenda kwenjoyinga
kiki ekigenda ate kati uyo ali ku panel
no, he's a performer. He's an entertainer and he is a family member, so he gives a perspective on the roast that nobody on that lineup has. The things that the point of view Tata Selassie has of me, none of you can think of it, and that's what we want to explore. Him as him, the things that have been said about him, the things that I say about him in interviews, the life that he has lived being my partner. What does he have to say about it? What are those things that he would like? What are those clapbacks? He never gets to clap back. Yeah, so.
Oliwo akantu kati oke bwakwali that would be exciting to see Tata Selassie walinga akurostinga bigenda kunyuma
nange male muddize
ate Uganda we byagala nawe male omuddiza ate
Auntie, I'm having the final words.
Of course.
Oyogere byayogera male nkwate ekitabo nkolera olukolo ngambe wagambye eki this year. Also that is it.
Right. Okay. Do ebintu byetusomye abetu social media yabadde ku muliro ne tugamba what's happening? Naye twatunywamu kachai before we came here for the show nga tunywamu kachai eyo last week. No, weweke ebintu byompitiramu ninga okay. So audience yaleetazo okumanya kiki kigenda maaso.
Tobuuza nante buuza ekibuuzo. Zekyombuziza sikimanyi.
Yaleetazo okutegeera kiki ekigenda maaso. Twawulira nti no ebintu byakoma ne Tata Selassie ate no twakabisomako last month nti things have ended. But kiki, what are we missing here?
This is kino kyenina okugamba baninja bange. Kyemuli mu kukola kati, they call it playing catch up. Ebintu bye mwawulira 2 weeks ago. Maybe you should have heard about them like 2 years ago.
2.
Me and Tata Selassie are raising a son together from the bottom of both our hearts.
Yes.
But the intense romantic connection that we had before I got Selassie is not what we are doing right now. And it just, sorry. It came from kwagala kubeera everything I can be for our son and focus on our son and do it with someone who is willing to do that with me for our son. Tata Selassie, waliwo ebintu bye natandika omusuubiramu. When you meet someone, there's a relationship you cultivate. He was my Kantu because that's what I felt. And that's who I was. I was treating him as a Kantu. I told you when I got my son, nemfunamu ka shift in administration of my heart. Watch together. Ate nentandika omusuubiramu ebintu initially byataali oba kitegeera. Well, it's like I changed, and because I changed, the kind of love that I wanted also changed. I became a different person and wanted to be loved differently, which, unless I'm lying to myself, he wasn't going to love me the way I wanted to be loved after being a mom. So we decided to focus on the one thing we are so crazy about, which is our son. But we are peacefully doing that together, and he can date who he wants, I can date who I want. We just haven't had a chance to date outside. That's all. byatuhatinga nnyo. I remember we went through a phase where I think it was even right after, even during the reality show. In the reality show, I actually showed you people, we don't stay together. I showed you he stays in Mbarara, we go visit. I stay here in Kampala, he comes and visits us. We go, me and Selassie, we go and pay him visit. What do you get?
Yes, I get it.
And because he has a life that side, he has businesses that side that he's doing, and I have so many things I'm doing here.
Yes, here.
And it's his home. He has a home in Mbarara, which is our home too when we go there. I think what you're trying to understand is, and you get that you are not together, and we passed through that phase where hearts were broken, feelings were hurt. It was hard to understand, and it's understandable that he didn't get what do you mean we are not together. I'm like, when you've been feeling so Kati, help me feel differently.
Okay.
What do you get? And I love the partnership we have. I really do.
For that.
I really
the
do.
first thing, the first Omwana yali mu center here.
That's it. Is at the center of it all. Is at the center of it all.
Kati, in case we're moving on, and of course, Selassie, tekisoboka kubeera nga waliwo taata omulala, and when you fall in love, do you ever think of nti?
I will see when I get there. I really will see when I get there. But Tata Selassie will always be Tata Selassie, as long as God gives us life.
Yeah.
Yeah? So it's not a question of Selassie now has to get a new father because what has happened to his father. What you get? Yeah. But me, I can go and get a lover. Hey.
And as simple as that.
As simple as that. Just that also the opportunity really hasn't presented itself. I'm hoping to do the advert on 9th May. Gambe uno wanabagambe, I am free. That's why he needs to be there.
I know.
Because it's not hostility. What we are doing, we are not being hostile with each other.
Yes.
We outgrew a specific era of our life, but that doesn't throw us in different parts of the world. We are still in the same space with a common cause, and we have the freedom to allow our hearts to feel whatever it is they feel in the due course.
And I must commend you.
It came from far.
I know it did. Now the maturity whereby someone is like, I'm going to allow Tata Selassie to have access to Selassie like auntie. This is the mistake that women do. When there's some misunderstandings and challenges, my friend, close the door, get another person who is going to mistreat the child. That is the problem. We put our feelings first before we think. Like,
Nayoba, simanyi oba mwategedde ekirabo kye nina mu Selassie. Waliwo, I do not see how I will love my son and deprive him of the father. How is that possible? Oyagala ntokunda otya. Mamwe mbadde ngenda bagamba Oluganda lwe mutawulirangako. Oyagala otya omwana wo nnyo. N'omwagala nnyo. Naye n'omugaana laavu ya taata we. Oba omwagadde bifaanana bitya. Think about it. Because mpozi nga taata w'omwana yatayagala omulaba. Naye nga bondi bano babiri gye balina sina kye nsobola ogikolako. Taata Selassie ne Selassie. Bwe babeera together ndaba nga nina abaana babiri. They enjoy themselves so much. So much. And it doesn't make sense. Tata Selassie musajja mukakamu. He's a very loyal man. Very faithful. Very kind. As a human being, he's a good human being. And he has given those things to my son because I can see them. The madness in my son is from me. And the calmness in him and his steadfast is from the father. So you don't fail to acknowledge such things that are natural.
Well said, and that is a message to everyone. A message to everyone. Take note of that. Okay, let us take a short break. We are coming back for the last segment, guys. It's going to be exciting.
Last?
Anyway, there's a beautiful dog here. It's called Black.
Jotia.
He is what she.
He.
He's huge.
He's about 10 years.
You like dogs, huh?
I do.
Baby. And words, manange, chiche, chigena maso. Okay, I read about a couple of awards, recognitions and nominations and awards and everything. And first was Bimenyamanya 2016, 2015, teens funniest comedian, best queen of comedy and everywhere. And like, I don't know, Twagera Mun says what are awards like Malaysia, USA, Nigeria, Bichi and everything.
Now, awards is when
recognition, chichi. What's the importance? Yes.
When atambulanga okufuna ezo za award nga chamanyi nnyo otuuka bakusasudde oli VIP ovuddeyo ne accolade and also ezo zi trips ezo z'okukima za awards zezandeetera eyo title ya Queen of Comedy because balaba nti you're not just being recognized wanewaka in East Africa but you're being recognized everywhere so they are good just that kati awards za fezine zo mu Uganda zichambuza abuza nyonyo
ndona kena kwa za Uganda waliri bakusasula okugenda okukima award
okay first of all nina standard request what do they call it like a technical radar manyi nti nze nga Kansiime sobola kubeerako wendaga ever actually okuva lwe nabeerawo sobola okubeerako wendaga nga ngenda kola nengenda nzeka because first of all being a small girl being a girl in the industry and then oli katono nnyo ebintu ebiba bikulinze bw'otambula biba bingi nnyo si kirungi nnyo ogendayo wekka waliwo waliwo agents abakuyita ng'alina pulaani yenga akoledde pulaani ayagala ne hoteli gye mubuukinze si gyayagala okutwalayo agamba ewange ewaka ninayo space nafunayo n'abasuggestingangako ngende ewaka nga baku hostinze and you really see a lot of unprofessionalism in the beginning nengamba siri kiddamu so they pay for you and whoever it is you're going with and we are now in a social media era where tewandi agadde otambula otuuke Australia nga tolina kukwata akafaananyi ng'okima award so boyina kubaako n'omuntu anaagamba DJ ro okitegeera ebintu by'okutambula alone si birungi so they take me along with someone else I travel business class why otherwise ngenda kuba mu economy nga mu entertaining throughout the journey ntuuke nga munsuubira mu entertainment because it gets very very active in the economy class business abantu baba beeraga so everyone is minding their business pulling up laptops playing pretending like they are sending reports but they will transport you, they accommodate you and they give you an award attached with value.
That kind of value? Some money.
As in, ofune mwana eno ogenda ne bakuwa ne award nga twina na transport ekuzewaka nga award guy nabagikuba ne bagikujjako ngoli ku boda ogenda waka tebinyuma abantu abategeka za award kati mu Uganda oba tosobodde ku awarding abantu like not just the wood that you have made if you can't add like at least $1 million and you know these things eyo million isobola gikozesa gikola muka content akalala kana wangula award endala like tweberere mu banange if you cannot afford it chireke don't do awards annually that you're not actually properly rewarding people omuntu best actor acknowledgings ebyo bitibwa byonna obimuwadde tebijiddeeko yadde chai abekitiibwa si febe bayita ku red carpet ng'olina okugula ekiteeteeyi ky'emitwalo 7
my dear no.
Baby anti I'm saying in 7 because tubere nomo because nezo nazo tebazikuba
mbadde mbuse
ekiteeteeyi kya kale million emu actually 2 wakatonyeze
nyaki tonto
ulira so ekiteeteeyi kyoyagala nyambale because nina okuyingira nga Kansiime otherwise bagenda kumba onsinga azifa mwaweita nina okwambala ngaaze ku carpet eyo so nyambale mu kiteeteeyi kya million 2 kafesi bakakuba biti ya mitwalo 3 enjara zizi no tutekako meto batukolera enjara za mitwalo na 3 engato naye beera ng'eriko fee nvuze ntada amafuta mu motoka nvuddeyo kwa awadi zezo tukubako mmere nzize temumpadde na mmere naye mwagala nyimirire nfune ebitiibwa okufa obufi manenzi tuleyo meto oba wudu jompadde. It's not bad. I'm not saying don't recognize people, but you who intends to recognize people, recognize them the way they are supposed to be recognized. Don't just do it for the sake of nina event where I recognize guys. So those awards are good. They are the reason why I am where I am, because people got to know.
Yes.
But as a Ugandan,
and I've seen sente nyingi nnyo zibateeka mu bantu abajja from outside to come here, Nigeria, USA, biki ne bajja wano nga basasudde sente nyingi nnyo.
Because oyagala kungamba nasobola okuyita Ramzen Noah.
Just okumuyita obuyisa ajje.
Omugambe honorary hajatuule omuwawaada atambule nga tomusasudde.
Right.
Bw'ajjajja yekka. So they need to just put some respect on it. If really we are stars that you intend to reward us. Otherwise, take your time.
That we will be fine.
But we will be fine.
Okay. Njagala tujire ndevu dakika bene nayo. Okay. Show now. It's to demo kasha kajja on 9th May, Sheraton Gardens or Sheraton.
It's at Sheraton. We are intending. Generally, it's going to be at the Sheraton Hotel. There's that, we are creating a dome feeling. You will come, you will see.
Yes.
On 9th May. Banange nandiyagadde mbasese. Nandiyagadde mbasese. Banange mujje. Mujje ate mujje mu bungi. Tujja kubanga tuvudde mu kisiibo.
I know, right?
Kyokka tulina ebiyingi byakwogera emigo nga bamaze ogikubira ekawempe. Tugenda kwa to survive ebintu bingi nnyo. You guys.
To be time to celebrate.
So, tulina okuselebrate.
Okay. Ogambye line-up yeeyo.
I've not told you everything on the lineup.
Yes.
I've just told you some of the people that would excite you to know that they're on the line.
And emitwalo gyange 10 wengisasula manye nti ngenda kulaba chiwedde
tandika otereke kati tewali kwekwasa. Already nagambye 10 ono nagamba ntono. Bwoba toyina change. Gula emmeeza ya milioni 3. Tekigaane.
Yes, milioni 3 kuliko abantu bameka? 8. Okay, then ey'ettaano.
N'ey'ettaano eriko 8. Naye ebiri ku mmeeza bye ebyanjawulo. Emmeeza ejja neki.
Okay. What else would you like to tell us, Anne? Nga tuwumba right. Nayo budakika butono, I know. Naye wano nga tuwumba Anne. BBC interview. I'm sure.
I was with Yvonne Chaka, I think, and Shine.
Yali yamaanyi nnyo.
Munango batobimanyi ate bwe nali mbikola ebyo nga simanyi the gravity of being on BBC being asked questions. And like I was telling you, okay, now ogambye njogereko akantu akasembayo, but still on that BBC interview, ebintu ebisinga tubisobola, ebintu ebisinga bye tulowoozaako bye tuteekako emitima gyaffe tubisobola. Obuzibu obusinze oku frustratinga art ne artists nze bemanyi be associatinga nabo gwe butaagala kwetegera gwe nga gwe oliani authenticity gwe nga gwe nante kiki ekyo ky'osobola ky'omanyi nti kino abantu tebamanyi kwezuula. Naye okwezuula kuba kuzibu nga toyagala kuba who you are, nga you live beyond your means. Byokola obikola because nante yabikoze. You want to grow up and be like Kansiime. No, you will grow up and be better than Kansiime. Look at Kansiime and see that bwaba yakikola ate nakikola in that era gwe byoliko kati byoli mu kugendako bisingako. But it is so important kubikola in the originality of self. Nga wemanyi wetegedde, don't run away from your weaknesses, zitegere bulungi omanyi nga bw'ozikozesa. Because waliwo katulabe like using weaknesses. Bw'oyimirira ku stage ng'omanyi amagulu go ageyagaza. Gajokingeko nga tebagenda gajokingako. Awo baba tebalina kyebagenda okukolera.
You make fun about yourself.
I know how to do that. You cannot tell me I'm short and it offends me. My friend, I remind myself every chance I get. You cannot tell me I am talkative, I shout. No. I know. So, know yourself. Wemanye manya woko wetegere bulungi nnyo. Then abantu bwe bakwagala nga wemanyi. You will thrive. Because just by being yourself, you're entertaining, you're welcoming, because you are yourself. And nobody can be like you. They will say that they want to grow up and be like you, but they have to be themselves too. So just kwetunule. It does not matter mulimu guchi goli kukola, by the way. oba environment kijolimu, workspace kijolimu. Just focus on nze nganze banange. Nze nganze ngenda kusuleka mu kyakozi gye nsobola. Nze nganze kyekino kye tukole ebintu ebitukiriza existinga mu mazima. Because then you can thrive and go anywhere if you are yourself. Because olusi tugenda ne twerimba nnyo n'otuuka obudde nga nawe teweetegeera. Weerimbye nnyo n'okkiriza obulimba bwe weebuulidde kati weerabawo nnyo yet tonaba. Oba okitegeera. So I think just people need to live within their means. Banange Kampala nzibu.
Naye mulina kunga baliwo akaseera ko nga bagwa expecting okubeera ane onawe oliawo ane naye nga you just be yourself. You've gone to the market to buy some
my friend tusanga feneyo mu town mu katale chi noloza nti biba bifaanana bwe tuvaawo ne tubeera ewaffe ffenna feka. You're surprised in saying, oh, and you have a home. Weerowoozeko manya nti bw'ova ku Serena Hotel awo bw'ova ku show bw'otambula oddawa. That is a place you should think about. And artists soba tugenda ne twerabira. Actually munu ji niba wange Helen Rukoma naye niba wange fena tuli mu kyalo kino kyekino.
Ewulira bantu
makama lungi. Munu ji alina makama lungi. Gansanyiza gali mu plant sikuli wa. Sometimes I want to go and still a plant and plant mothers to see what to bust dreams. And music. Music. I've always loved to sing.
You've always loved to sing. And
I've always loved to sing.
You're so peaceful when you see Otula no tulango today now in.
Because I am doing music, because I've always wanted to do it. I'm not doing music. If I get money from music, well and good, but it's something I am doing because I want to do it. The pace at which I release music is at my pace. Also, I sing music, I write myself.
Oh, you do write
Yes,
yourself?
I do. Okay. I do. I think I've written music with Bowman, with Bernard, with the people that I actually sing with. We sit down, feeling. Yeah, take music. So if I don't sit down and get, I actually record from here, from home, so that I am in that feeling of chino chenjagala okola. And all my music is so dear to me. I have a feeling I will retire into this music thing.
Oh dear.
Because the backpackers, I have a very beautiful resort at Lake Bunyonyi called Kansiime Backpackers.
Yes.
And when I put it up in the beginning, I thought it was going to be like a hotel for people, but as time has gone on, I feel like it's my country home where I'll host private shows when it reaches that time where Kampala nkoyeza nkole show abantu bajje balabe all the sides of Kansiime, nkuyimbire nkubire story tuzine tumale tugende twebake ochiringo obere ku holiday, but then you get entertained by me. So I think I'm going to retire into that. And Tata Selassie has a band, Pulse UG, which his presence in my life is what resurrected the singing, because he really loves singing and he thinks I sing very well. So he be there lying to me, baby, you can record and sing. So,
and that's what came out.
And then Taremwa, my brother, also has a studio. He's the one who edits and shoots most of the things that I do.
He's doing a great job.
So having him leaves me with very, very minimal excuses. That when you get inspiration, you call on him, he comes, sets up, and we record. So music, mutima. I love music. But my first love was kids music, because ekintu kyemanyi mu Uganda muno abantu abakeera ku machane balowoleza abaana abato content batono. Content yena gwe tuyina mu Uganda ow'abaana asinga 3/4 if not more is Western content.
I think even this kids content ati kati alinga machuwa content.
Ati kati baby guru atachalina baby. So kati ani atuyimbira. Ati yafuse baby wo muntu omulala. So kati tetuchayina muntu kwatukolera bu entertainment. Munange na n'abato ne kid bamitano no kid. Fresh kid naye ayimbira bakuru. Tayimbira age mates sibe. When you hear
I think most of his friends are in like 30s or something.
So for me that peaceful music that comes straight from the head, but also I'm releasing a few more albums for kids music.
Wow.
Inspired by Selassie.
Oh, Is he there? Does he make some things, I don't know, beats or something?
Rosa taina chata sobola. Tulize tuja kulaba. He is truly our child.
I know, right? People were saying, what do you was in sister? Rwabona, yes. Shine with Shine.
Rwabona twaluandika last year in like June, May. We recorded it then. But then we didn't go. You know how musicians know this. When you record something, you shelf it and wait for the feeling to release it.
Not just for just.
So the feeling came now, it's causing a buzz. People are like, So Katibaro was at Serasi Rwabona yet. Rwabona means for everyone.
Rwabona. Okay, for
Rwabona.
So
Ororimba Rwabona. Because barwabona bo banje banani
katemuli kakona someone in there bunji
nnyo so engatobwe kutuuka jambale complaininga bola bantu ofuse Rwabona
ololulo
just balumpadde kino babadde bakigamba nze that's it.
Yes, naye muli mulairo that one but ana gambe if the shoe fits
wear it.
Sibaresi no bugatto
ojambale engato tamu.
Yes, acting and film.
Malaika,
there is the good budget about you. Malaika?
Malaika, yes. I think the recent movie I've done it last year. It was last year. It was called Malaika with Toyin Abraham. You guys, it was so nice. Ataba Nigeria befura professional. Balinga bali Hollywood.
Yes.
Ban treating bulungi.
What's really special about the set? What
was special was the professionalism. Ekintu bakitwala wala.
Okugeza.
I think you eberanga set up here. I don't know. Wakati nkunyonyereki Nigeria beat me very far. Nga buli omu akutegeera nyonyo. But they have a way of acknowledging your star and still giving you peace. Tochiraba eno. Ogenda kuseti nofuka azifu ne ku director oli star ne kuono oli star. There's a way in which they demystify everything that when aberanga ku camera nga mpulira I have a lot to prove.
Right.
How am I being treated like this? Like I don't know how to explain it. It was a good feeling, and also my dream really was okuzanyira Nigeria. Because in the film zena ezanjagaza ebintu byokuzanya zonna zaali ziveeyo ba Mr. Price manyaga what and I never forget those Nigerian films of part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4.
And to God be the glory of literally in God we trust.
To giving a God glory.
But your fellow actors and
for me it was
everything.
a dream come true. And the fact that Sachinonya Banonya is chatting with Toyin, simple Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey sis, she's like, first wait. You are hiring me. I should be the one haying you. Sometimes.
Yes, right.
I think those are the true, pleasant shocks that happen. Like you find someone who you think is a stand. You can't breathe around them. They also have no breath. They are not breathing while you are around them. Like the time I met Yvonne Chaka Chaka. We were all in awe. She was wowing. I was wowing. She turned and told her band, "Manange, have you seen?" Even me, I was telling my people, "Have you seen?" Like, we were all just so excited.
Oh, that's humbling.
So beautiful.
Yes, it is.
So beautiful.
So, what is Anyangani?
Narinza Nyanga Shiba. I was actually called Shiba Kembabas. I was acting as a Ugandan wife to a Nigerian who was my friend Toyin was suffering to get a child. It was a story. Even Toyin picked me based on my struggles to have a kid and her struggles to have a kid, and the story was about that. So we were best friends, and I had children, and she was looking for a child. So the story is really based on infertility and God's timing. So that's why even when she reached out, I was like, "This script, what are you doing? This script feels like it feels like you." I was writing this script with you in mind.
What?
Yeah. So
see how God does his things. And then here, what you and your Como films over.
No, and is that the Maisha Film Lab? Yo, the room 13. Banage don't go. Ku YouTube, while you film, Magital room 13. You just do room 13 by Dillman Dilla, featuring Kansiime and Richard. Mom, where I went to cheat on my husband there.
Yes.
Who was Gerard. Gerard Rutaro. I went to cheat on him with Richard. Then when we were in the road, I died over somehow, over what fell off and I kind of collapsed. Richard numbering arrive.
What?
I just know it's a short film. It's like 15 minutes, but you'll be like, and it's a silent
nice.
movie.
Not
those were some of those, yes.
Yeah, I have few seconds, but I would like. I would like. I know, of course, we have a lot of time. And a message to your son, to your fans, to Ugandans. Let's first start with your son. Look into the camera, and this is a special moment, guys.
Mwana wange.
That silence killed me.
Sigara ngolinga bwoli. Tokyusa kintu kyonna because Mukama yakutonda n'ebirungo byonna byewetaaga ku thriving. So just remember to center yourself. Jukira oliani bakuyita attaho bulyo serasi, and wherever it is you go jakutekako bulyo.
Thank you.
There will be a way. I don't know why I get so
I know. Even the sound is just
Oi. To my ninjas. Banange musigale nga munjagala because that's how I am here. Wano wendi because of your love. Temunvamu.
Thank you so much.
To fellow comedians, tuli balonde. Comedy si ya muntu musiru. Omuntu ayina amagezi yasobola osesa omuntu. Tuli ba doctor, just that tetwayiga ebyo bi medicine. Naye tusiiba tutamba abantu, so don't stop. And just when things stop making sense, I always believe that maninga bwokwata akapiira n'okakuba, engeri gy'okakuba nnyo wansi we kakomera okukola ki kugenda waggulu. So ebintu ebyo by'oyitamu ebyo ebikuleetera okulowooza nti eno kali yanjikolamu ki, awo wennyini weolina okusibira osibako simbako akati awo. That is where victory is.
Thank you.
So ebintu bya disappointment tebitukwatako because wetukomera okubeera disappointed, wetukomera okubouncing back up.
Thank you so much. Okay, 9th May, Sheraton. Yes, mujja kujja. Yes, well, line up. I mentioned in the comment, but of course, there is a lot which you have to find out by yourself when you come for the show. I'm going to be there. I'm excited for it. Emitwalo 10, milioni 3, milioni 5. Obangule kuya 5, obangule kuya 10. Osabye ntono nnyo semanyi. Na yenga. We love you, Aunt Kansiime. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We love you. I know I've not read the messages. I'm so sorry because time was against us. Mwebale kusima and mwebale for appreciating.
Mwebale kuwachinga.
Mwebale kuwachinga. Thank you for watching. I love you. God bless you. We are out.
Bye.